You know, I honestly did not expect to live this long. In general, I mean, not just in here. I ain't complaining, mind, but... Well, have you ever heard the one about the bounty hunter who died peacefully in bed? 'Cause I haven't. Sooner or later, we all fetch our own price. I don't even wait to hear what I'm worth before I ride for the Dustlands. Windy season, which means Banshee's hoof prints are gone as soon as she makes them. Also means neither of us can breathe or see all that well. She kicks up plenty of fuss about it every time we shelter up. Just being crotchety. When we're moving, the old gal's all business. Shitstorm like we're in, most hunters would be lucky to move at a decent trot, but she keeps us at a steady canter all day. I'm more worried about this little light that I can see in the distance each night. Too far off to tell for sure, especially with so much dirt blowing around, but my gut tells me it's a fire. 6 nights they're on our tail. They never gain, but they're definitely keeping pace. I change course on them every day. They always manage to match us by sundown. On night 7, there's no fire. Wind's been dying down, but I still can't see shit, and I don't feel like I've lost him. I let Banshee get a few hours of sleep, then we tear off towards Lake's Grave and the border. By sunrise on day 8, we're a few clicks out from this little ghost town in the dust. That's when I get my first real clue on who I'm dealing with. Something slices through the back of my leg and Banshee screams like her namesake. I hear the shot as she buckles and I barely get my legs out of the stirrup before we both hit the ground. There's a hell of a gash in my calf and every inch of it eats dirt. Banshee got the worst of it though. 303 round. Punched right through one of her ribs and tore her up inside. She's barely strong enough to whine as I crawl to her. She nuzzles me a bit. Something in her eyes tells me she's saying sorry. I tell her I am too. And then I put a bullet through her skull. Bastards are near enough for binoculars now. 3 of them, riding hard, but they won't catch me before the end of the day. I spend more water than I'd like washing my wound, bandage myself up, and limp my way to a little house on the edge of town. Soon as I set up camp, I get eyes on them. Horses are still going strong, and one of them peels off. Sniper, most like. Looking for a vantage point. I make sure my pistols are clear and I double-check the knife in my boot. Only a few hours to go now. At sundown, they ditch the horses and creep into town. They see a light in the top window and I know the sniper's got eyes on my hat. Way I figure it, I've been running for too damn long. The other 2 wait until the sniper gives them the all clear. They rush the top floor, kick the door, and toss a flashbang in for good measure. Then they're in, sweeping every corner. And that's when they see my hat and cloak draped over my saddlebags, just sitting by the window. The first one takes a 303 round in the stomach before he's got it figured out. Second one makes for cover a bit too late, and I manage to send one right through her lung. The sniper's lying beside me, about a foot away from his old position. Still trying to breathe through a slashed throat. I look him in the eyes as he bleeds out. My adrenaline wears off just as he kicks it. There's someone standing over me when I come to. Tall gal, with a brown duster and a really nice hat. Knives on her belts, snakes tattooed around each arm, and a cocky little grin on her face. I'm just awake enough to say, "Hey there, Sidewinder." If she was anyone else, I'd have put 6 rounds in her without a word. Of course, if I was anyone else, she'd have killed me before I even felt the blade. We just stare at each other for a bit. Then we both start chuckling. Next thing you know, we're laughing our asses off, and once we've got that out of our system, her grin fades. She says, "Slua, I'm real sorry about all this." I tell her I am too. But I'm getting ahead of myself, ain't I? We haven't even been dating that long, and here I am trying to skip us right to the fun part. Besides, doesn't look like either of us is going anywhere anytime soon, so what do you say? You want to hear a story?